Lauren wants to throw. Fires over the middle, intercepted right into the waiting arms of Reed Packabeer, and he's taken down from behind.
To win the game, yes! Abby Johnson!
Terrell off the screen from Johnson. He drives. Count it!
Good evening, Central. My name is Trevor Castle. Welcome to the 8th Annual Dutchies Awards. I've had the privilege of hosting this great celebration of Central Athletics for each of the 8 years. Also have had the privilege of calling Central College games, I think longer than all of you have been alive, 22 years here calling games at Central for KRLS Radio. Also have the privilege of working with the athletic department to host a podcast called Dutch Memories that highlights the great moments and players and athletes and coaches from Central's past. And as current athletes, I'd strongly encourage you to learn a little bit more about the history at Central. Again, it's called Dutch Memories. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your podcasts. That celebrates the past history of Central. Tonight, we celebrate the recent history as we take a look back at the last 12 months, the best of everything that's happened in Central's athletics. Tonight's event is sponsored by SAC, the Student Athlete Advisory Council. SAC strives to enhance the total student-athlete experience by fostering a positive student-athlete image, not only within the Dutch teams, but also throughout the rest of campus and within the Pella community. SAC serves as the voice of student-athletes on campus and also provides valuable insight to how college and NCAA policies might affect you as a student-athlete. Each of your teams has 2 representatives that go to monthly meetings. They share highlights, ideas of how the teams can support one another. They talk about NCAA and American Rivers Conference policies and also planned community service projects throughout the year. So to start off tonight, I'd like to honor the SAC Leadership Board, which is made up of 5 Dutch student athletes. So if you'd stand as I read your names: Summer Brand, Haley Hill, Nathan Kuhlman, Logan Mott, and Greg Ricketts. Let's give them a big round of applause for all that they do. Greg is also the American Rivers Conference SAC president, and reps Lauren Brown and Jacob Sanders are the ARC reps. And then I'd also like to honor and recognize the 2 staff co-advisors for SAC, which put on tonight's event. And this would not be done at all without these 2 ladies, and it's Caitlin Volster and Alicia O'Brien. If you'd please stand up, give them a round of applause. Thank you, ladies. All right, we are going to just jump right into the awards here in just a moment, but I want to start by letting you know how this process works, especially for those of you that have not been to this presentation before. The spring sports season is not yet complete, so this spring does not count. It's from last spring through this winter, April 1st of last year through the end of the winter sports season this year. The nominations were sent in by coaches and were turned over to a Dutchies committee that voted on the winners. That group then narrowed each category down to 4 finalists before determining the winners. I'm on that committee, as are Larry Hoppel, Joe Flaherty, and John Roseland, as well as 2 student reps, Kelsey Hurley and Jacob Sanders. So if we could give those folks a round of applause for their work in picking the winners for tonight. And so let's get right to it. We're going to start with the newcomers and our male and female freshman athletes of the year. Let's take a look at the big board for our nominees for the freshman female athlete of the year.
Haley Bach, softball. Bach won the job at second base, starting all 38 games and hitting .322 in her rookie season. She led the Dutch with 42 runs scored. Bach drew a team-high 21 walks and had a .902 fielding percentage. Olivia Bolin, women's indoor track and field. Bolin finished second in her first American Rivers pentathlon competition with 3,170 points. That earned her a spot on the Division III All-Region team. Emily McMartin, women's indoor track and field. McMartin took fourth in the American Rivers 200-meter dash and debuted in fourth place on the school leaderboard in both the 60 meters and the 200. Grace Benson, triathlon. Benson received honorable mention on the USA Triathlon Collegiate All-America team, finishing 17th at the organization's national meet in Tempe, Arizona, completing the course in 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 25 seconds. She was Central's #2 finisher, helping the Dutch place 4th overall. Benson was also named a Scholar All-American by the Collegiate Triathlon Coaches Association after posting a 4.0 grade point average last semester.
All right, our first Dutchie of the night, the winner for Female Freshman Athlete of the Year, is Olivia Bolin, indoor track and field.
What's wrong with being, what's wrong with being, what's wrong with being confident? It's time to get the chains out. Is your tongue tied up? 'Cause this is my round. And I'm dangerous and you can get off. But it's all about me tonight.
Let's give it up for Olivia Bolin, Female Freshman Athlete of the Year. And of course, up next then is the Freshman Male Athlete of the Year. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Carson Cummer, football. Cummer was the top addition to an already deep receiving core, catching 19 passes for 461 yards and 6 touchdowns, including the season's longest pass play, an 82-yard score against Luther, and his 49-yard game-tying TD catch down the sidelines with 2:04 left against Wartburg was one of the year's most memorable plays. Pierre Baldwin, wrestling. Baldwin was one of Central's top performers in his rookie year. He posted a 23-7 record at 141 pounds, recording 3 falls. He placed 5th in a loaded weight class at the NCAA Division III Lower Midwest Regional. Dom De La Paz, baseball. De La Paz won the starting catcher job, appearing in 29 games. He hit .256 with 5 home runs and 14 RBI and had a .366 on-base percentage. He also had a .976 fielding percentage and threw out 12 of 23 runners on stolen base attempts. Spencer Taylor, men's soccer. Taylor was a starting defender in all 16 matches and helped the team post 4 shutouts. He received the team's Newcomer of the Year award.
All right, now the winner for the Male Freshman Athlete of the Year is Pierre Baldwin, wrestling. Let's give it up for Pierre Baldwin, the Male Freshman Athlete of the Year. All right, fingers crossed. We're moving on rapid fire to our next award, which is our Coaching Staff of the Year. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Men's golf. Coach Mel Blasey's young squad made a bid for the conference men's golf championship and trailed by just 4 shots heading into the last round before settling for a second-place finish. 2 Central players received all-conference honors. Men's basketball. Coming off a 7-17 season, Central was picked to finish 8th in the conference. But in his first season as head coach, Joe Steinkamp engineered a dramatic turnaround. The Dutch finished 18-7 overall and 13-3 in league play to capture the program's 18th conference title. Steinkamp was named the league's Coach of the Year. Triathlon. Coach Jenny Hedrick Rosenberg took her young program to its 2nd USA Triathlon Collegiate National Championships in Tempe, Arizona, and guided the Dutch to a 4th-place finish. Senior Lindsey Blomers placed 14th to receive All-America honors for the 2nd time. Women's golf. Central posted top 3 finishes in 4 of its 5 fall tournaments, capturing the program's 11th conference crown and 1st since 2018. 4 players placed in the top 5 as the Dutch won by 42 shots, even though Coach Tabitha Schumacher was back in Pella delivering a baby. Central earned a berth in the NCAA Division III Championships, and Schumacher was voted the Conference Coach of the Year.
All right, the Dutchie for the coaching staff of the year goes to men's basketball. Hey, let's give it up, men's basketball coaching staff of the year. I'd like to take a quick moment. There's a strong tradition in international education here at Central. The opportunity not only to study abroad, but also for your athletic teams to travel abroad. And in the past year, we've had several of those that have experienced sports while traveling with their team. And just want to show some photos. First would be golf. Last May, both the men's and women's golf teams traveled to the home of golf in Scotland to play on some of the most famous golf courses in the world. Men's soccer in March also traveled to Scotland, then on to England for a trip that included training, competition, and watching top-level soccer teams. And women's soccer over spring break traveled to the Netherlands and Germany to tour professional clubs, watch top-level competition on both the men's and women's sides, as well as train and compete. I hope that all of you have an opportunity to either study or travel abroad. It's one of the great things about Central College. Our next Dutchie Awards are for the record-breaking performance of the year. And there are some years in the past in the Dutchies we've had just 1 award. And this year there are 2 awards because there's been so many records that have been broken. We have both a male and female record-breaking performance. And this time we'll start with the males, our male record-breaking performance of the year nominees.
Men's basketball. Grant Johnson, most blocks in a single season, 81. Men's outdoor track and field. Brock Lewis, long jump, 24 feet, 10.5 inches. Men's indoor track and field. Adam Sylvia, mile, 4 minutes, 8.77 seconds. Men's outdoor track and field, the 4x800 meter relay. Jack Sagan, Will DeHaan, Adam Sylvia, and Noah Jorgensen, 7 minutes, 36 seconds.
And the Dutchie for male record-breaking performance of the year is Brock Lewis. Track and field, a long jump of 24 feet, 10.5 inches, breaking a record that stood for 22 years. Well, he couldn't be here tonight. Let's give it up again for Brock Lewis, male record-breaking performance of the year. And now let's roll into the female record-breaking performance of the year and take a look at the nominees.
That's my girl.
Women's indoor track and field. Amber Vroman, pole vault, 10 feet, 10 1/4 inches. Women's cross country. Caroline McMartin, the 6,000 meter run, 21 minutes and 50 seconds. Women's golf. Delaney Underwood, lowest 18-hole score, a 3 under par, 69. Women's indoor track and field. Megan Johnson, Abby Rording, Peyton Steffen, Caroline McMartin, the distance medley relay, 11 minutes, 44.98 seconds.
And the Dutchie for female record-breaking performance of the year is Delaney Underwood, women's golf, with a 3 under par, 69. Delaney Underwood, female record-breaking performance of the year. Congratulations, Delaney. Next, we have 3 leadership awards to hand out, named for special people at Central that have made a significant impact on the history of the athletic department. These awards have been selected through a nomination process from the athletic coaching staff. Each award recipient will have their name on a plaque in the Maytag Student Center. And we'll start first with the Prins Sportsmanship Award, which exemplifies and encourages good sportsmanship in contests on the field and in all human relationships. This year's winner is Haley Hill, cross country and track and field. Come on up, Haley. Haley was described as an integral leader within the cross-country, track and field programs and has served as a voice for diversity, equality, and inclusion initiatives as a SAC rep for the American Rivers Conference. She's selfless in her actions, which is the heart of the Prins Award. Let's give it up again for Haley Hill. Next is the Marjorie Giles Student Life Leadership Award, which is given annually to a junior or a senior who's demonstrated positive values through faith-based leadership in a variety of co-curricular activities in addition to athletics here at Central. Marjorie Giles was a long-time dean of students at Central and an advisor to the college's first student-athlete advisory committee. She served as a member of the NCAA Council and was the first female president of the Iowa Conference, now the American Rivers Conference. Sadly, Marjorie passed away in May of 2020 at the age of 84. In her nomination, the winner was said to take initiative in the many activities that she's been a part of, and similar to Marjorie, she exudes kindness and care to those around her. Let's give it up for the Marjorie Giles Student Life Leadership Award winner, McKenna Hall. You're just going to stand there. He just wants to. Thanks, McKenna. Thanks. Let's give it up for McKenna Hall. And next is the Ron Skipper Leadership Award. It's given to an individual who demonstrates a willingness to set lofty goals, the drive to achieve them, high ethical standards and strong Christian values, a joyous spirit, genuine concern for others, and a deep loyalty to Central College. The nomination described this individual as a leader who has an ability to collaborate with others and acts with integrity in all ways. This individual has a remarkable ability to stay focused on the present challenge and has overcome obstacles and in the process found the version that is the best self to date. The winner of the Ron Skipper Leadership Award is Greg Ricketts. Once again, give it up, Greg Ricketts, the Ron Skipper Award winner. While not officially part of the Dutchies competition, we do want to make sure to recognize Central's dance and cheer teams at the American Rivers Dance and Cheer Invitational February 19th in Indianola. Central came away with the competitive dance overall championship. Central took first place in jazz routines and hip-hop and third in pom to win the overall crown. Meanwhile, Central also took first in the cheer competition. What is more than that, at the national championships in Daytona Beach this April, cheer placed third in the Division III Spirit Rally, and dance was the national champions in Division III pom. Let's give a big congratulations to the Central cheer and dance teams. A long-standing mark in the athletic department here at Central is the opportunity for students to compete in two sports. And if you look at the names that adorn the hallways here at Kuiper, the All-Americans, the Scholar All-Americans, the Hall of Honor inductees, and simply the names that you know that have influenced all of the programs here on campus, the option to compete is available within our department. It doesn't come without an extra layer of time management, training considerations, and commitment. However, we do have an incredible list of both men and women who have chosen this student multi-athlete life, and we'd like to recognize them now. There were 44 multi-sport male athletes, including 9 unique sport combinations, plus 9 earned academic all-conference honors. Might be a little tough to read. You can check that out on social media. And then 37 females who competed in 2 sports with 10 unique combinations. 16 of these women received academic all-conference honors. That's 81 student athletes that have participated in multiple sports at Central. Let's give them a big round of applause for their efforts. But now we've got to pick the best, our male and female multi-sport athlete of the year. This is one award with 4 nominees, and let's take a look at them.
Reed Packabeer, football, men's track and field. In his freshman season last spring, Packabeer was an NCAA qualifier in the decathlon, finishing 15th. He received Central's Most Valuable Newcomer Award. Then, as a linebacker on the football squad last fall, Packabeer opened the year with 17 tackles against St. Olaf and was named the Conference Male Athlete of the Week. He finished as Central's second leading tackler with 80, including 8 tackles for loss. Allison Van Gorp, women's basketball, outdoor track and field. Van Gorp joined the outdoor track and field team in March and earned all-conference honors, placing 3rd in the discus and also finishing 8th in the shot put. On the basketball floor, she averaged 12.3 points and ranked 3rd in the conference with 8.9 rebounds a game while posting 6 double-doubles. Brody Klein, football, men's track and field. Klein was a conference champion and NCAA Division III national qualifier in the decathlon last spring, placing 17th. He followed that up with a 2nd place finish in the pole vault in the conference indoor meet in February. In between, he was a first-team all-conference defensive back for the football squad, recording 54 tackles, including 25 solos, and he had 2 interceptions. Meanwhile, he carries a 3.91 GPA. Thea Lunning, women's golf, triathlon. Lunning not only competed in 2 sports, she did so in the same season. She placed 3rd in a triathlon duel with Co September 1st, then placed 3rd in the Norse Cohawk Invitational Women's Golf Tourney the 3rd through the 4th. She took second in helping Central win the conference women's golf title, then finished 29th at the USA Triathlon Collegiate National Championships and will compete in the NCAA Women's Golf Championships in May. And she does it while carrying a 4.0 GPA.
Tough category here, but the Dutchie for Multi-Sport Athlete of the Year goes to Thea Lunning, women's golf triathlon.
Got my baby sitting by me, shining like a diamond. Only silver linings in the clouds. And if it starts to rain, I don't worry.
Let's give it up again. Thea Lunning, Multi-Sport Athlete of the Year. The next award considers a specific moment during competition that's crucial to individual or team success. Let's take a look at the nominees for the Dutchie for Moment of the Year.
Softball. Trailing 7-5 in the bottom of the 7th against Wartburg, Central got a one-out walk, a single by Megan Doty, and another by Cassie Severson. Then 2 runs scored on an error, and Severson slid home with the walk-off winner following a throwing error. Men's basketball. Central needed a victory in the regular season finale to secure an outright conference championship, but had to play on the road against a Simpson squad that was battling to gain a spot in the league tournament. The Dutch were down 74-73 after a Simpson basket with just 20 seconds left. But Central raced up the court, and guard Cade Terrell took a pass from Grant Johnson and drove to the basket, flinging an off-balance shot off the glass and drawing a foul for an outright title-winning and one with 4 seconds left. Baseball. Playing number 18 ranked Loras College on the road, Central scored a 14-13 upset for its first win over a rated opponent since 2016. Right fielder Colton DeRocher tied a school record with 6 RBI by hitting a pair of 3-run homers for his second straight game with multiple home runs. Men's indoor track and field. At the NCAA Division III Championships in Birmingham, Alabama, Sam Beatty missed just 1 attempt before clearing 6 feet 9 inches. Samuel Hetrick of Penn State University Behrend also cleared that height, but had missed 2 earlier attempts, giving Beatty Central's 8th indoor national championship.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah.
They don't even tell me the winner. Let's look at the board for the Moment of the Year.
15 seconds to play. Terrell off the screen from Johnson. He drives. Count it. And one.
What a
Cade
shot.
Terrell.
How did he do that?
Shot the 5th-year senior.
Let's give it up for Cade Terrell in men's basketball, the Moment of the Year. Once again, Cade Terrell, congrats, the Dutchie for Moment of the Year. Part of the athletics department administrative team here at Central College are the faculty athletic representatives. They work in the areas of athletic compliance, eligibility, and as a connection between the faculty and the athletics department. Central is fortunate to have 3 FARs who are very actively involved in the health and well-being of all of you student athletes. Professor John Roslin, Professor Lori Witt, and who is coming up on the stage now, Professor Andrew Green.
On behalf of the faculty athletic representatives at Central College, it's my privilege to be here tonight to discuss the academic highlights of our Central student athletes. 141 student athletes were named to the American Rivers Conference academic all-conference teams. 27 athletes earned academic all-conference honors for the third time, and notably, volleyball had a league-high 14 players honored. It's all right, you can clap. Blaine Hawkins was named the American Rivers Conference Dwayne Schrader Male Scholar Athlete of the Year. The award is presented to an alumnus of a conference school from the previous year. Hawkins is the 8th Central graduate to be named the Conference Scholar Athlete of the Year on the men's side. Krista Larson was a finalist for the American Rivers Conference Johanna Olson Female Athlete Scholar of the Year honor. She competed in volleyball and track and field and was last year's Dutchies Female Multisport Athlete of the Year. 29 student athletes received College Sports Communicators Academic All-District honors. Special recognition for Jeff Herbers for repeating as an academic All-American at Central. We also want to recognize the highest team GPAs for both men's sports and women's sports. The highest team GPA calculated in season for the men's sports programs goes to men's outdoor track and field with a 3.31 GPA. They dethroned men's tennis to be the only other program to win highest team GPA. So men's track and field, where are you at? Go ahead and stand up. On the women's side, the highest team GPA calculated in season for women's sports goes to women's outdoor track and field with a 3.71 GPA. They are now the 5th women's sport program represented for this award. So women's track and field, outdoor, where are you? Go ahead and stand up. The Senior Academic Award, the Gary Dirksen Female and Male Top Senior Student Athlete Academic Awards. Our thanks go to Gary, a Central graduate, longtime college administrator, and devoted Central fan for his support in making these awards possible. Gary passed away in April 2021. The awards honor the graduating student athlete with the highest grade point average. So when I name the recipients, please come to the stage for a picture and for your award. The male recipient is Jeff Herbers, who earned a 3.976 GPA as an actuarial science major and an economics minor. He works at Principal Financial in Des Moines. Let's check it out. The female recipient is Thea Lunning with a perfect 4.0. Her major is biology, and she earned this as a 2-sport athlete in women's golf and triathlon. She plans to attend Southern College of Optometry in Memphis next year. So Thea, come on up. Congratulations to all of our Central student athletes on your success in athletics and in the classroom. At this time, I'd now like to invite SAC Representative Greg Ricketts to the stage to talk about the NCAA Top 10 Award.
Thank you. The NCAA Honors Committee selected Blaine Hawkins as one of the 10 recipients of the Top 10 Award, which recognizes student athletes for their outstanding achievements as athletes, students, and contributors to their campuses and communities. The awardees each have completed their undergraduate studies and their athletics eligibility and are pursuing successful futures. Blaine is currently a public finance investment banker at Piper Sandler in Denver, Colorado. This January, I was fortunate enough to be president of the NCAA convention where my friend and mentor was honored. We want to take a moment to view his honoree video.
My name is Blaine Hawkins. I attended Central College in Pella, Iowa. While I was at Central, I studied economics and business management while playing football. Football is something I think I've spent 15, 16 years of my life participating in, and I just think back to all of the great lessons I've learned: hard work, teamwork, dedication, resilience. Had my fair share of difficult games, difficult practices, injuries, and I think a lot of those experiences have just really helped, kind of develop my character and who I am today. My freshman year, I was encouraged by some older members of our football team to participate in SAC and Student Senate. Maybe recognizing before I recognized that these are good opportunities to make great connections on campus with other athletes, other students, and then also be part of leadership groups and understand what's going on campus, what kind of volunteer opportunities are out there. I volunteered with the Pella Hoops third grade basketball team as an assistant coach. I think part of the reason that sticks out to me is that I just see myself so much in those kids. I want those guys to have the opportunities that I did and enjoy athletics like I have. Heading into our game last fall against Simpson College, I was a little bit nervous for the game because I had about 30 family members showing up to watch the game. Ended up throwing 7 touchdown passes in the first half of the game. It was very awesome to have that kind of support, and glad we didn't disappoint them. Being a co-captain on the football team is something I'm probably most proud of because that's a role that's voted on by my teammates. More of a lead by example person, even as the quarterback. But I think, eventually over time, you get more confident. Your teammates kind of give you that confidence by looking to you for leadership. You kind of step into your voice. A lot of the success I've had in football is attributed to, being surrounded by those great teammates and great coaches that have put me in a position to be successful, and I'm very grateful to them for their contributions and their success. We can all share these awards and successes together. The Glardy Trophy is one that sticks out for me. That's the Heisman Trophy for Division III football. It was a really unique honor to be recognized as the winner of that trophy in 2021. I guess it's just a testament to what a lot of hard work and dedication over a period of time can really accomplish. By the end, it was pretty special.
I believe this is the 6th straight Dutchies that we've recognized Blaine Hawkins. I don't know how we'll do it next year, but don't be surprised. All right, up next, another Dutchie Award to be handed out, and this one is for Team of the Year. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Women's golf. After finishing second in the American Rivers a year ago, the Dutch came back determined this year and put on a dominant display at the conference tournament. Central put 4 players in the top 5 and won by 42 shots, gaining an NCAA tournament berth this spring. Lydia Gran, the team's number 5 player, was the conference medalist, and Tabitha Schumacher was Coach of the Year. Men's basketball. After putting up just 4 conference wins a year ago, Central was picked to finish 8th this year. But first-year coach Joe Steinkamp's squad, after dropping the season's first 2 games, won 12 of its next 14 and never wavered in winning the program's 18th conference title. Steinkamp was the conference coach of the year, center Joshua Van Gorp was the player of the year, and forward Grant Johnson and guard Kay Terrell were all conference picks. Women's indoor track and field. Central scored 52 points on day 2 of the conference women's indoor meet to take 3rd place, the program's best in 8 years. The Dutch sent 7 athletes to the NCAA championships, and 6 received all-region honors. Megan Johnson, Abby Warding, Peyton Steffen, and Caroline McMartin shattered the school's distance medley relay record while placing 5th at the national meet, and the foursome received All-America distinction. Triathlon. Central continues to blaze a trail in its newest sport. After finishing 6th in the USA Triathlon Collegiate National Championships in the program's first year, Central came back to take 4th in a 12-team field in Tempe, Arizona this year. Senior Lindsey Blomers was 14th to gain All-American honors, and freshman Grace Benson was 17th to receive honorable mention.
Hey, said our hustler's work is never through. We making it 'cause we make it move.
All right, the Dutchie for Team of the Year goes to women's golf.
Work hard, play hard, work hard, play hard. We work hard, play hard, keep partying like it's your job. Work hard, play hard, work hard, play hard. We work hard, play hard, keep partying like it's your job.
Let's give it up, women's golf, for the Team of the Year. One bit of advice, maybe show up in uniform next year. Seem to be working pretty well for women's golf. Up next, strength and conditioning. These awards highlight individuals who are committed to the work in the weight room that translates to becoming their best self and having a positive impact on those training around them. This award is a little different than the other Dutchies Award, as the strength and conditioning interns created a list of male and female athlete nominees. The strength and conditioning staff narrowed down to 4 and then selected the winner. And Luke Pavlot is on stage with me to present the winners as they come up. But first, let's announce the nominees for male student or strength and conditioning student athlete of the year. Tom Adolph for football, Theo Baldus for track and field, Sam Staley baseball, and Cade Terrell basketball. And the winner of the male strength and conditioning athlete of the year is Cade Terrell. Let's give it up again for Cade Terrell. And the nominees for female strength and conditioning student athlete are Rachel Daniels, soccer, Carson Fisk, softball, Abby Marr, track and field, and Rachel Pella, volleyball. And the winner for the female strength and conditioning athlete of the year is Carson Fisk. Give it up again for Carson Fisk. All right, 2 more awards to go, and that's a wrap on the 8th Annual Dutchies Awards. Time now for our male and female athlete of the year. We're going to start first with the female athlete of the year. Let's take a look at the nominees.
She's just a girl and she's on fire.
Lindsey Blomers, triathlon. Blomers earned All-America distinction for the 2nd time in Central's 2nd appearance at the USA Triathlon Collegiate National Championships. She placed 14th in 1 hour, 19 minutes, leading Central to a 4th place finish. She was also named to the organization's Scholar All-America team and carries a 3.86 grade point average. Emma Johnson, softball. Johnson was a first-team All-Conference honoree and a second-team NFCA Division III All-Midwest Region pick as a center fielder. She also received Central's Leroy Timmer MVP award and received Conference Athlete of the Week honors. Johnson led Central with a .462 batting average with 55 hits in 38 games. She scored 27 runs and had 16 RBI with 13 stolen bases and a perfect 1,000 fielding percentage. Johnson was also an academic all-conference and NFCA Scholar Athlete honoree with her 3.53 grade point average.
Looks like a girl, but she
Caroline McMartin, women's cross country, women's indoor and outdoor track and field. McMartin was one of the nation's best runners throughout the year. Last spring, she was an NCAA Division III qualifier in the 3,000-meter steeplechase, finishing 13th. She followed up with an All-American performance in cross country, finishing 24th in the snow in Michigan last November after gaining all-conference and all-region distinction as well. And in indoor track and field, she was a 3-event national qualifier, making the field in the mile, 3,000 meters, and distance medley relay, and setting school records in all 3. She also carries a 4.0 grade point average, gaining academic all-conference and USTF CCCA academic cross-country and track and field honors. Delaney Underwood, women's golf. Underwood helped lead Central to a conference title and NCAA tournament berth. She finished third in the American Rivers meet and posted the team's lowest fall stroke average at 76.9, which included a school record 69 at the Norse Quahog Invitational. She was the Conference Player of the Week twice and is a 3-time academic all-conference honoree with a 3.91 grade point average.
And the Dutchie for Female Athlete of the Year goes to Caroline McMartin.
This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire. Looks like a girl, but she's a flame. So bright she can burn your eyes. Better look the other way. You can try, but you'll never forget her name.
Hey, and just for future reference, if you win Male or Female Athlete of the Year at some point in the future, you get to stand up here for a very short interview, so let that sway whether you want to or not. But Caroline, congratulations on winning Female Athlete of the Year. What does this mean to you?
Thanks. It means a lot just to, I don't know, see how all the hard work that me and our team has put in throughout the year gets to pay off. So it's pretty awesome.
Congratulations. Let's give it up. Caroline McMartin, the Dutchie for Female Athlete of the Year. And now all the guys that are nominated are probably shaken after that deal. But great job, Caroline. Let's take a look. This is our last award. It is the Male Athlete of the Year. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Give me some time to
Caleb Silver, men's cross country and indoor track and field. After a 22nd place finish at the conference men's cross country meet, Silver had quite a finishing kick. He surged to 13th at the regional championships to earn his second NCAA national meet berth. Then in the snows of Lansing, Michigan, he finished 25th in Division III and gained All-America honors. Silver followed that with a pair of conference place finishes in indoor track and field. Sam Beatty, men's indoor and outdoor track and field. Beatty gained All-America honors with a third-place finish at the NCAA Division III Outdoor Championships last spring. He was the conference field events Performer of the Week twice. But that was just a warm-up act. He received the conference award 3 times during the indoor season en route to securing the Division III National Championship in the high jump. Joshua Van Gorp, men's basketball. Van Gorp helped lead Central to a surprising American Rivers title with a dominant season and was voted the conference MVP. He ranked 4th in Division III in field goal percentage at 68% and averaged 17.5 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks, posting a career-high 32 points in a conference tourney semifinal with Loras. Declan O'Hare, baseball. A second-team ABCA and D3Baseball.com All-Region pick, O'Hare was a first-team All-Conference selection and team MVP. He tied school records with 7 hits in a doubleheader and with 6 RBIs in one game. He batted .321 with 3 homers and 29 runs batted in, while also recording a 5-1 pitching mark with a 2.76 earned run average, striking out 48 hitters in 58 2/3 innings.
Is this entertaining? My patience is waning. Is this entertaining?
And the Dutchie for Male Athlete of the Year is Sam Beatty.
My patience is waning. Is this entertaining? Our patience is waning. Is this entertaining?
Well, Sam, you come to Central. All of these athletes here are here to win conference championships and national championships. Such a great list of men that have come before you that have won national championships at Central. What does it mean to join that club?
It's an amazing feeling. I just couldn't have done it without my teammates, coaches, family. Everybody played a role in this, so just thankful for all of them.
Congratulations, great work. Sam Beatty, our Male Athlete of the Year. All right, as we wrap up this evening, we do have a few additional people that we need to thank for making this evening possible. First off is the communications office and the man of Oz behind the curtain, Dustin Dawson. If you'd give it up for Dustin and his team for the great work they've done on all the videos. Nearly all of the videos that you saw tonight were shot by Central students. In particular, we want to recognize the talents of senior Megan Murr and December graduate Nash Christian, who have made huge contributions to the Dutchies program throughout their college careers. If we could give them a round of applause for all they've done to digitally capture your fantastic achievements. Thanks as well to the athletic trainers, administration, strength and conditioning, support staff, and facilities staff. A big round of applause to all of those groups of people for all that they do for Central Athletics. And our department does continue to grow in a number of new ways, a pending weight room transformation, facility updates to the throwing venue and tennis courts, and even an additional team in the mix next year, women's wrestling. We celebrate the moments that bring us together, often more than just what happens on the field, and we recognize that we're part of a bigger legacy that sustains the excellence at Central College. Dr. Ken Weller envisioned all of your lived experiences of a student athlete when he wrote the NCAA Division III philosophy many years ago. And we'd like to close the show, fingers crossed, with a look back at some of the special moments from these past 12 months. But for me and everybody that's been involved, thank you for coming out to the 8th Annual Dutchies and having a great evening here, recognizing the best of the best at Central College.
Go Dutch!
I'm talking here and now. It's not about what you've done, it's about what you do. It's all about where you going, no matter where you've been.
that.